What's going on, everybody? My name is Jasan. Everybody calls me Jay. I am the owner and photographer for Moon Suite Boudoir in Passaic, New Jersey. I've been open for about 4 years now, and I offer boudoir services for everyone in the tri-state area. Being recognized as one of the top boudoir photographers is an excellent honor. I am humbled and appreciative for that recognition. I've only been doing this for 4 years, and I know some other photographers have been doing it for a lot longer. But I do have a cheat code, and it's my wife. She's a photographer as well, so I got a chance to get up to speed relatively quickly with how cameras work, how lighting works, all of that, because I have somebody right at home who can literally teach me a lot of the concepts that I need to be successful. So I've applied a lot of things I've learned from her, done a lot of research and studying in order to get the look that I want and create the images that I want based on my own liking and style and influence and impact. And it feels great to be recognized for that as a standout. And I am humbled in that regard because I've only been doing this for about 4 years. And like I said earlier, I do know that there are individuals who have been doing it for a lot longer, but I feel very appreciated being that someone saw the talents and things like that that I bring to the table in order to give me that recognition. Future of boudoir photography is evolving in the Black community in a bunch of different ways. And this answer is probably going to be a little bit more drawn out, but I want to get detailed here. So there's a few things. Boudoir photography as a whole is a luxury service. It's not something that anyone needs, right? It's not a necessity. So being that it is a luxury service and a lot goes into the time it takes to design sets, to pick out outfits, the things that are going to be worn, to set the mood, to provide the proper environment that is conducive to that type of creativity. It costs money. And with that, not only is our experience luxurious in the sense that you don't need it, it's not a necessity, it's also luxurious in the sense of what it is that we offer. And being that in the Black community, we have or had, I don't know, where you stand on this, but had or have a tendency to sexualize our Black women. And in a lot of senses, it is in a negative light. So there's a couple hurdles that we have to get over here. One is the luxury part, right? The expense part of it, because this is not something that I would say to a photographer to get into to charge $50, $100 per shoot. So it is something that we need to hurdle over because we have to set the precedent that this is a luxurious service. So we should be charging a luxurious price, right? And then the next hurdle that we need to get over is we need to ensure that we acknowledge that we are offering a wide range of expression for the women and men who want to get into taking boudoir photographs of themselves. Because we need to be able to differentiate the negative sexuality that we have associated with our Black community and the artistic portion of it, to understand that there's a difference with the intent. A lot of women and a lot of our customers and our clients come in because they know that it is an expression of sexuality in some senses, but in other senses it is an expression of beauty. It is an expression of self-worth. It is an expression of self-dedication. It is an expression of progress, right? And all of that doesn't need to be linked to the negative connotation that we add to the sexuality of our community. So I think that with that being said, there's a lot of evolution that needs to take place still so that it is more readily accepted. But being that a lot of women are expressing that they're doing this that because it helps to elevate themselves, we're getting there. And now we're starting to see more people get into it. At least that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing that there are a lot more women who are interested in doing it, and for a lot more positive reasons other than, and it's okay if it's just simply, I want to feel sexy, but other than I want to feel sexy. A lot of people are doing this at milestones. I have clients that are 40, 50 plus who are like, I want to do this for myself, because when I pick up my artwork and I see myself in this light, I see someone who is beautiful. So being that this is that ideology is expanding, I think we're moving in the right direction. The big hurdle is going to be the luxury price part, though. So we got to get there, but we're slowly getting there. Boudoir photography is an opportunity, gives individuals an opportunity to express themselves, to highlight the things about themselves that they really adore and like and that they've worked on, to acknowledge the progress that they've made, to acknowledge the fact that they're still here, to acknowledge the fact that they should still feel beautiful in their skin, in their shoes, in their clothes. And it's something that gives people a boost of confidence. We have the ability to see people in a fashion that they don't get the chance to see themselves. And being that we get to bring that to light and present it to them, we have a responsibility to make sure that they see the best version of themselves. And if we do that successfully, there's very, very few things that could compare to watching a client light up because they see themselves in a way that they haven't seen themselves. So that's what it means to me, giving somebody the opportunity to see themselves in ways they may not see themselves. I think something that's very, very important about being a boudoir photographer is finding your lane and understand that you own that lane. And not only do you drive in that lane, but you pave that lane, you take care of that lane, you maintain that lane. And I think that that's important because I would like to go out and say, I don't think I'm the best boudoir photographer. I really, really don't. So this honor is incredible to me. And I was blessed enough to also be a presenter at one point with you. And I'm extremely humble and appreciative of that. But I do want to say that where I recognize something about myself that I think gives me the ability to stand out is once I learned the basics of things, I had an idea of what I wanted my art to look like, what I wanted my art to give. And I didn't necessarily stick or drop an anchor in what I thought was excellent examples of boudoir photography. I just use it as subtle guidance. So I see all these images. Of course, I follow a ton of boudoir photographers online. I follow a bunch of different types of photographers. And then I sort of like, when it goes to me creating, I kind of like just shut it all off. And I only allow the influences of those things to create a path for me to where I'm going to get to how I want my art to look. And that helps me to make sure that when people see an image of mine, they know that it's mine. If there's something about your imagery, your images, your photography, whatever your art is, that does not say this is yours, you will not be able to do this for a long time. You will not be able to justify the luxurious price point that you present. You will not be able to stand out amongst the crowd, and it'll be a lot harder to have people to latch onto you and say, you are my photographer. You got to find your lane, maintain your lane, pave that road and ride in it. And once you do that, having people recognize you and seeing you stand out amongst the other boudoir photographers or any photographers for that matter will be easier. But you got to do that. And I think that that's something that a lot of people miss because they think that I have to do it a certain way in order to be successful. But if you do it the way that somebody else is already doing it, you can't replace their success with your own.